up, world? It's your boy, George Anthony, aka Big G Anthony. I'm here with yet another edition of Massive Action Mindset. This week, I'm sitting here with my man, Kevin Lawson. He's the one that took my first pictures by the plane, had me standing out there looking like Dapper Dan with KVLmedia, and I had to get him on the show to let you guys meet the man that actually started my walk down of becoming the brand and the person and creating the show that we're actually on. So what I want you to do before we get started off, if you're on YouTube, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we upload our new content. And if you're on Facebook, make sure you like, share, and start a watch party. So right now I'm going to introduce my man Kevin and we'll let him introduce himself to you. We're going to talk about, in this episode, of how to become a photographer, self-taught photographer, because this man has talent, he's self-taught, and he's booming right now. He's on fire with the things he's doing here in West Palm Beach. So Kevin, go ahead on and let me know who you are, man.
I appreciate it. That's a little intro for me. It makes me sound official, ain't it? Oh man, what's going on, y'all? My name is Kevin Lawson. If you guys don't know me, with KVLmedia, we own a digital photography and video studio here in West Palm Beach, and been doing it for about 15 years. I really appreciate you having me, man. That photo shoot that we did was epic.
Yes.
Still getting congratulations and accolades for that photo shoot. It's real official, man. So
yeah.
I appreciate you coming with the creative idea and creative concepts, man. And that's really what we like to do, man. We like to work with, do a lot of creative concepts and do things like that. So.
All right, you know what? Let's get into it then. You know, let the people know that, you know, when it comes to becoming a photographer, you know, you're self-taught. So you say you've been doing it for about 15 years. So take them down that road of how you actually started learning about lighting and you know, the cameras, what camera to use, you know, the quality and all this other stuff like that. Let you know, talk them down, give them some ideas about it.
So yeah, I mean, it's been a really long journey. We first got started, I got started recruiting models for a modeling agency.
Okay.
So we was out there passing out cards, recruiting models, creating influencers back before there were influencers, you know. And it's been a journey ever since. So with that company, they had some extra cameras, so we were doing a lot of behind the scenes type of photography, both photos and videos behind the scenes. So that's how I got started, and I really kind of fell in love with it from there. You know, I've always been an artistic person. I always used to draw and doodle and paint and all them kind of things, you know. So that was kind of where my passion was at. And once I started college, I went up to UCF, and I got the job with that agency, and it kind of snowballed from there. So started with that, and then I just kind of started looking up stuff online. When YouTube first started, I was researching on YouTube, and I was just practicing, man. I just picked up a camera and just kind of figured it out, you know.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. But you know, I want to get more into that, you know, because you know, that's what the show is all about. The show is all about massive action, mindset, you know. And what most people don't do when it comes to going out and tackling their dreams is that they put forth a little effort, not that much effort. You know, you said it's been 15 years that you've been doing this here, and you went out and you just started doing. So, you know, I want to ask you, was it just saying, you know, that you fell in love with it and you just said, this is what I want to do, or just that love and just took over where you say, you know what, I'm going to develop this or something like that? You know, how you know, what mindset did you have at that time to go and take off and say, I'm going to utilize YouTube, I'm going to start doing things in the back? You know, you take people down the road with the mindset that you had at the time.
Well, there's different stages. You know, when I first started doing it, it was just out of a hobby, out of love. Okay. You know, I wasn't asking anybody for money for it. You know, I was just kind of doing it. I was learning. I fell in love with the process of it, and I think that's really the biggest thing, is falling in love with the process. A lot of people, they want this result, but they don't love the process.
Yeah.
And the first thing that you have to do is you have to make sure that you're passionate about something and fall in love with the process. So learning how to edit, learning how to shoot, and everything like that was just part of that process. A lot of people have come to me looking for mentorship on how to get where I'm at now. You got to start somewhere. You got to, one, fall in love with the process, and you got to actually take action. You got to do it. Like you said, it's massive action.
Yeah.
And it's a lot simpler than most people kind of think about it, you know? People say, well, how do I take pictures like you? Well, get a camera and click the button.
Yeah, yeah,
And do that a lot of times.
yeah.
You know, and then you kind of start learning what looks good and what doesn't look good. You have to kind of start teaching yourself, because a lot of people, they do all this kind of research and stuff like that, and they have this idea of what they want to be, and they kind of hold themselves back. But in reality, it's not going to look good when you first get started.
No.
If you see some of my original pictures, they don't look good, you know, but it's a process of just taking action, clicking the button on the camera, and then just kind of going from there. And then you start adding little bits and pieces to your repertoire. You start trying a bunch of different things and understand, like, what are you passionate about? Like, in photography, you can be passionate about, you can do headshots, you can shoot models, you can do music videos, like, you could do a lot of different things. So what is it that you're passionate about? And then go along those lines and you'll learn.
You know what? I just want to make sure, because I keep saying this here, I got to get myself a nugget that says massive action. So every time I hear something, I drop it just to make sure you guys catch what Kevin just said. Listen, it takes 10,000 hours of mastery. You know, most of us, we go out here and we think that, hey, things are going to fall into our lap, and we don't want to go through the process, put in the work. You know, there's this saying that, you know, all the people that you see out here that are accomplished right now, what you're seeing their highlight reel right now. You're seeing you haven't seen the work they put behind the scenes to get that highlight reel. And you have to go through the process. When it came to starting a show, you know what? I was uncomfortable, but the more I sit here and the more I do this, the more confident I get in myself, the more I begin to recall some of the information from all these books that I've read that I can put out there to you guys. It's just going through the process and getting comfortable with who you are in your eye. You know? And again, man, I understand, you know, when it comes to people coming to you, because you take beautiful pictures, man. They really are. Your work is great, and I can understand you getting those individuals that want to follow you and want to say, hey, teach me this, But it's all about going out there, pointing that camera, going out there, taking that leap, and grow your wings on the way down.
Absolutely.
So, with that being said, man, the process of going through and, developing your eye. So, what is it about that you do now? Because I see you do a bunch of different stuff. What is it that you're passionate about right now? Because I just saw your creative, I can't think of it right now.
The colorism series.
The colorism series.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit different than doing, professional headshots and photo shoots with me. So do you just do a variety of things, or you have, all right, this is what I'm going to stick to right now?
Well, since I got started, I've worked on a number of different projects. When I first got started, of course, we were working with models, so we were doing a lot of model recruiting, and then that kind of transitioned into music videos and music artists and things like that. And then a friend of mine reached out and they wanted me to shoot their wedding. So I've always dabbled and dabbled in a lot of different aspects of photography, and I tested a lot of different things. I found out what I liked and what I didn't like. I found out what kind of different revenue streams there were out there as far as being a photographer. And lately I found that my passion is in creating, thinking of a project and creating something out of nothing. I think back when I was in like high school and middle school and stuff like that, and I'd have a blank piece of paper and I'd just start drawing lines, I'd start doodling, and at the end of it, it would turn into a picture. And that's kind of how I look at business now, is I look at it as blank canvas and I start painting lines and then seeing what comes from that, and ideas develop, and I create something from that. So with the colorism series, I was playing around with different lighting gels and things like that in different colors. I've been on a big path of different colors, and I took into account what people's eyes were drawn to and what people were interested in. And that's how colorism kind of evolved. There was a lot going on social media about colorism, light skin versus dark skin and all that kind of stuff. So that was kind of the overall arching concept, or the overarching idea behind it. And then I started playing around with different colors. Well, if light skin and dark skin is such a big thing, what about red versus green? How many times do people compare your hair color or your eye color? If you could look beautiful as red, or you could look beautiful as blue, if you could look like an alien, then what's the difference? You know, what's light skin versus dark skin? So I wanted to kind of play around with that concept. So I started having women kind of in different colors and things like that. And as part of that, I did an interview series and really talked to women about kind of the insecurities that they dealt with of dealing with colorism and being a black woman in America. So I just took a bunch of different things together, meshed it together, and that was a project that I came up with.
Well, Kevin, I can tell you what, man. You know, I saw that, and you know, we'll get a little bit deeper into it a little bit in the next segment. But I just want to say, you know, what you don't see, what you haven't seen in a while. Well, you haven't seen rarely. Just to be 100 about it, is just, you know, women of color that when it comes to their natural beauty. You know what I mean? You know, when it comes to society and what we look at, you know, it's always something other than an African American woman that is beautiful. You know, so to see that the spectrums of, you know, a light-skinned black woman, dark-skinned black woman, thick black woman, skinny black woman, and all the things that they talked about in that series, that I think it was more so, it was a lot of genius behind it because you don't see it, you know, and when you put it out there, and it really captured me. You know, actually, man, shoot, that should have been some sort of Netflix series, honestly. I'm telling you, it was really well put together.
I appreciate that.
And you know, you don't see photographers that are taking women of color and actually putting them out there, especially now when you have all the beauty pageants and you know, there's what Miss USA, Miss Universe, all of them are black right now.
Right.
So, you know, when it comes down to it, it's that series right there, man. It was well put together. It was beautiful, and I just want to give you accolades for it, man, because you don't see it that much. And we're going to delve a little bit more into that in the next segment. We're going to get a little bit deeper. But right now, what we're going to do, we're going to go to a commercial, and I want you guys that are on Facebook to make sure you subscribe, like and share, and make sure you start a watch party. Those that are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, click the bell, and we'll be right back right after this commercial.
Yo, what's up guys, it's Kevin Lawson with KVLmedia. 2020 is going to be amazing. Click the link in the bio. We're going to have links for our YouTube channel, for our email list, and for our website. We have a lot of information that we're going to be providing, so check it out.
What up, world? It's your boy George Anthony, aka Big J Anthony. I'm sitting here with my boy Kevin Lawson of KVLmedia. Right now, we're talking about photography and how you can go out and create your own business. He's a self-taught photographer. You just heard us speak a little bit about the colorism series that he created, and we're going to delve in a little bit more about his business and where he sees it going in 2020. So, you know, what are some of the projects that you have coming up that you want to let the viewers know about, that they can follow you on and look forward to seeing in 2020?
So I have a lot of projects going on. I'm really excited for 2020. As we've kind of been growing our team and things like that, it's allowing us to tell a lot of different stories of these local different businesses and things like that. Just last year, we launched our YouTube channel for the first time.
Okay.
So we're going to be putting out a lot more content, both with us and then businesses that are around the Palm Beach County area, specifically black-owned businesses.
Okay.
I feel like as business owners and local businesses, we don't tell our stories of why things are important and how they affect the community and how we're providing jobs to the local community and building up the infrastructure of West Palm Beach. I think entrepreneurship is a main component of the economy at this point, and small businesses is a huge part of the economy. So we're going to be telling a lot of different stories. We're going to continue to grow the team, doing photo shoots, video shoots, coming up with different TV show concepts and things like that. A lot of different campaigns. So you guys got a little sample with the colorism series. So we brought everything together as far as the photography, the videos, working with some different people in the, throughout the community, and we're going to dive down into doing a lot more with small businesses and nonprofits.
And nonprofits. That's great, man. You know, well, we're, you know, the entrepreneurship side, you know, you brought that up. And, you know, again, this is what the show is about as well. You know, I want to be able to bring influencers and thought leaders such as yourself on the show, that you have this 16-year-old, you have this 20-year-old, a 30-year-old that's sitting there, and, you know, they have this gift and they have this need to want to go out and create, but they don't know how. They don't know how to get moving. So when it comes to the show, I'm going to be able to bring people on here to let them know, hey, this is how I did it. You know, because success leaves clues. The only thing you got to do, find a person that's doing the same thing that you're doing and model what they're doing.
Absolutely.
You know, so especially in this climate right now, you know, with 45 being in office and stuff like that, you know, he's all about business. And that's what a lot of people don't, you know, outside of political views, he's all about business. The tax cuts that he's giving it to business owners, small business owners. It's not about the working class. It's not about the 9-to-5s. This really isn't. If you look at your taxes last year, if you filed them, took away the tax credit, took away the child credit, took away all these things that the majority of people who go work a 9-to-5 depend on. All those credits got taken away. But if you were a business owner, you were able to go and file. Shoot, just look at Jeff Bezos. You know, Amazon made over $1 billion or $2 billion or $1 trillion last year, and paid zero in taxes. Zero in taxes. That says something. So, you know, I feel that as an individual that we have to start establishing as African Americans in general, that we have to start looking at establishing a second source of income instead of relying on that old school thinking of go to school, get a job, you know, go to college, get a job, work there for the next 30 years and think that once you get there, there's going to be retirement sitting for you and you're not doing anything on the side. So, you know, I really believe in entrepreneurship, you know, especially what you're doing, going out, helping out the local businesses, highlighting them. Since we're on that, you know, let's talk about, you know, the entrepreneurship side, you know, creating what you're creating right now. You know, what mindset do you have with that? Do you follow anyone? Do you read any personal development books? You know, what is it that you're doing to keep your focus and you know, to continuously build Kevin up both spiritually, mentally, and physically?
So I've been on a path of self-enlightenment these past few months, you know. So recently I've been reading a lot of books and kind of feeding my brain positive knowledge and kind of looking towards myself as far as insight. But everything is kind of based on this system, this concept that I developed called the idea blueprint.
Okay.
So that's really at the core of everything that we've been doing. So when I first got started, as far as business, I went to UCF and got a marketing degree from UCF. I went on and got my master's degree from Full Sail University with the Entertainment Business Masters. And I worked in a lot of different fields, from customer service to marketing to rebranding companies and things like that, all working for different companies. I've worked in sales. So what we developed is kind of this mindset, this culture of that's the backbone of everything that we do, and we apply it to every business, and it's called the idea blueprint. And basically what we do is we break down idea into 4 different strategies, 4 different steps, right? Okay. I is for identity, D is for distribution, E is for engagement, and A is for acquisition. Once you follow those things, you can develop a business, any type of business in any industry. Identity is when you're looking at your branding, who's your current customers, what products and services are you selling. Have that concept and idea. That's what's true to you, what you're passionate about. Make sure that you understand what your identity is and what your customer identity is. D is for distribution. How are you going to reach those customers? Are you going to reach them on social media? Are you going to reach them at networking events? How are you going to reach those people that are part of your identity, part of your customer base? E is for engagement. How are you going to engage with those customers? How are you going to entertain those customers? How are you going to empower those customers? How are you going to educate those customers, those potential customers? And and that's why they're actually going to care about what you're doing. And then A's for acquisition, how are you going to either turn them into fans or current customers? So when you follow those 4 steps, that's kind of the core of what we do as far as a media distribution strategy and marketing. So it's all about empowering yourself, really kind of providing positive images, but also following a blueprint to make sure that your business is successful.
Wow, man. You know what? I hope you guys have missed that. He just dropped a big nugget right there. You know, the idea blueprint. Your idea, distribution, education,
Identity, distribution, engagement, and acquisition.
And acquisition.
Yeah.
Those are the 4. Listen, this man is doing it. Like I said, success leaves clues. He just gave you one that he's utilizing right now to grow, scale, and expand his business. So, is that something they can look up and follow up? Is on there and they can Google? Okay.
Yeah, they can check out my website. It's KVLmedia.com. There's a page on there called Idea Blueprints. Just follow me on social media. I always drop nuggets on that, on my Instagram stories, on my Instagram page. Everything is under KVL Media, so you can find me, or add me on Facebook, Kevin Lawson, and they can find it. And I'm consistently dropping nuggets on there. Even on my email list, I'll send out some tips and tricks and things like that. And we also think about starting a book club, man. You should definitely join because you're a reader. So I've been reading a lot of different books, like I said, lately. So we're trying to start a book club and do kind of like a mastermind group. So we can kind of bring people together to kind of share knowledge and share ideas.
Well, you know what? That's one big thing that Napoleon Hill talked about in Think and Grow Rich is starting a mastermind group.
Absolutely.
Getting individuals around you that can outthink you. You know, Les Brown has said that if you walk into the room and you're the smartest person in the room, you need to find a new room. You know, you can't be the smartest person there. You got to have individuals that are going to push you, that's going to elevate you. And the way that you do that is by a masterminding group. And since you brought up a book, come February 9th, the Bulletproof Mindset will be out. That's my book right there. So the Bulletproof Mindset will be out. You'll be able to find it on Amazon, and we'll be running some advertising to let you know and promoting it right before it hits.
We have to add that to the reading list for the book club, man. Let's do it.
Well, with that being said, you know, that's great, man. You know, can you tell the viewers out here some of the mentors that you've had or you followed, you know, that helped you get to the point you're at right now?
Well, growing up and watching my parents has been a really effective way for me, and I find mentorship in everyday life, man. Mm-hmm. My mother still is a very hardworking woman. Mm-hmm. She puts in hours. She's a really hardworking woman. My father is a great people person, a great salesperson, and a very creative person as well. Mm-hmm. I could count on my dad for anything. He built all these cabinets and everything like that.
Wow. Okay.
Mother has supported me, so I look at them for what they've done and what they've accomplished, and we could also look at mistakes that they've made as well. Other than that, I mean, there's a lot of different people that are really doing big things out there, man. You got Gary Vee that's out there kind of pushing content consistently, so that's another person to look at that's really kind of hitting people on all streaming services, all platforms and things like that, and really kind of getting his message out there. And there's a number of different people that I just kind of look at and see what they're doing, man. So I don't want to leave anybody out, but there's a lot of people out there.
Okay, I hear that. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to commercial. Before we go, though, I want you guys to make sure that you like and share if you're on Facebook, and if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, click the bell so you know when we upload our content. We'll be right back after this.
Yo, what's up guys, it's Kevin Lawson with KVL Media. 2020 is going to be amazing. Click the link in the bio. We're going to have links for our YouTube channel, for our email list, and for our website. We have a lot of information that we're going to be providing, so check it out.
Hi guys, my name is Franz, the CEO of Richmond Look. We are inside of Boynton Beach location, our only location in South Florida as of now. It's located at 474 North Federal Highway, Boynton Beach, Florida, zip code 33435. Our phone number, not many people use it. People tend to send us message on Instagram now, but the phone number is 561-317-5981. It's a beautiful store. Please stop by and see us.
What up, world? It's your boy, George Anthony, aka Big J Anthony. Welcome back to Massive Action Mindset. I got my boy here, Kevin, and we're sitting here talking about photography, entrepreneurship, and mindset. What I'm going to do right now, since we haven't really gotten into it, I'm going to let Kevin put his social media information out there so that you know how to follow him, where to find him. If you want to hire him for any events that you may have, or you have any ideas that you want to run by him, for him to let you know that if this is something that can work or not, you can reach out to him. So we'll have you give your information, and then we can talk a little bit more about your social media, what you're putting on, what you're putting out.
Yeah, definitely hit me up. My name's Kevin Lawson again. My company is called KVLmedia. You can find me on Facebook under Kevin Lawson. Also follow my page on Facebook, KVLmedia. We're on Instagram, KVLmedia. My personal page is Director Lawson. We also have an event that we do called Headshot Happy Hour, so that's one of our main services. And one of our main events that we do, Headshot Happy Hour, is also on Instagram. Definitely check out our website. There's a lot of information on our website, on our blog as well. You can sign up for our email list there. We send out a bunch of different emails every Thursday. We send out an email, and it's usually giving some different tips and tricks and things like that for small business and entrepreneurship, tips and tricks. KVL Studios, we're also launching that, which is more targeted towards photographers and videographers, and how you can kind of develop yourself as a photographer, videographer, the business aspects of it, how to get more creative content, and how to pick a niche, and then kind of dive into that. And we also rent out our studio, so if you ever need a home space and things like that, to whether you're doing a photo shoot, whether you're shooting a podcast or shooting a video, we actually have a space here in West Palm Beach that people can come and use and rent out as well.
Wow. Okay.
We're working on a lot of different things, man.
Yeah,
We're all over the place. So if you just kind of add me and stay tuned, you can reach out to me, Kevin at KVLmedia. Just shoot me an email if you have any questions or if you have any ideas that you want to run by. And we love talking about ideas, talking about passions, and getting people on the right track. So YouTube channel, we're going to be putting out a lot of different content on our YouTube channel, so definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have everything between behind the scenes of our day-to-day activities and stuff that we've been doing with our clients. We're also going to be doing equipment reviews and unboxings and things like that.
Wow.
And we also have the Idea Blueprint series where we sit down and speak with professionals in the industry as well. So
wow. That's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the content. Since everyone, especially when it comes to social media, it's all about content. So because I still need to do more.
Yeah.
I still need to do more on when it comes to pushing my brand and getting my message out there, utilizing Instagram stories, Facebook Lives, and stuff like that. So when it comes to the content that you're putting out, how do you go through saying, okay, this is what I want to get this out to everybody? Is it just an idea you pop in your head and you just go live, or you go on your Instagram, or is it something that you actually put together and it's more strategic and more thought out before you actually put it out there?
That's a great question. And it's a combination of all of those things. So what is it? Yes, we do all of it.
Okay.
I might have a concept in my head, and I'll put it on a Facebook post and see what type of engagement that I get. And after I get that engagement, I'll start building some stuff around it. I'll build a page on my website. I'll set up an email list so people can subscribe to get more knowledge. I'll shoot a video about it. I'll take some of our behind the scenes pictures and put it together, and I'll really develop a campaign around that. Sometimes it's more strategic and it's more thought out. When first, maybe like 2 years ago, I really wanted to focus on headshots because, like I said, when I first got started, we were doing a lot of different things. Mm-hmm. So, but you know what? I wanted to become the headshot guy. there wasn't really a lot of people in West Palm Beach at the time doing headshots. So I really wanted to focus on headshots and promote that. So I developed an event around it called Headshot Happy Hour, to where people can come in and everybody can get a headshot, because I think that's one of the biggest things with building a personal brand, is you want to make sure that you have a clean quality headshot, and then that kind of develops into other things as well. So it's a combination of, I might have an idea in my head and I'll create an entire campaign around it on my phone, you know, and get started with that, or it might be something that I actually create a content calendar around, and then we'll do some strategic components of that. So like I said, everything we do is we follow the idea blueprint, and as long as we hit those 4 steps, we can develop the content around that.
Okay. All right, so let's get into the Headshot Happy Hour. You're still doing that?
Yes.
Okay. When can they come out? You know, where are you actually doing that? When can they find you? So we can get people out here to participate in a happy hour.
So our next event we're partnering with Cityside Suites. They always have an event on the first Wednesday of every month. They usually have somebody from the city to come in and do a presentation on different aspects of what's going on in the city. So this next time we're going to be doing a Headshot Happy Hour with them. There's a lot of people that come out and support, and like I said, there's a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, and things like that, and that's how we kind of get them started on building out their personal brand, is with that headshot. So they can come out and get their headshot at Cityside Suites. It's February, I'm not sure the exact date, but it's the first Wednesday of February.
Okay, but I can contest to this. Before I started down this road, we just mentioned that Kevin is the one who did my photo shoot, my headshots. I didn't have anything. Honestly, I didn't have anything. I didn't realize how important it was. I had a picture of me in a T-shirt up on my LinkedIn, where all these other business professionals are there. And, once you start, you don't know what you don't know. Until you start walking that road and that path and start getting around individuals that say, hey, man, no, you need to do this. You need to try this, And you need to start taking that walk and listen to the people that are actually already out here that's doing it. And when we all came together, we did the headshot, we did the photo shoot, not just with the plane. I just want to make sure I say this. I am a pilot. We just wasn't standing by the plane. It just wasn't for aesthetics. I can't fly the thing. But, it was just something different,
Absolutely.
It was something different, and even now, I'm still using those photos. I'm still, people still telling me how fly those photos are. And it was done by this man here, but it was just stepping out and saying, all right, what do I have to do? What do George Anthony, Big G Anthony want to be known for? What my brand is going to be around, And it came down to, hey, you don't see a lot of black pilots that's out there. You don't see a lot of black pilots that are out here that want to talk and start up something like Massive Action Mindset and put these ideas that are out there. But you just got to start. And once you start, that's when you start to develop it.
And I think that's what's key, is really, as part of that idea blueprint, that identity, is what's unique to you. When you came with the idea to do the plane shoot, I was like, that's unique. Let's make sure that we do something amazing. A black pilot in front of a plane that's building a business, that's starting his personal brand. We need to be able to tell that story. So I think that's one of the nuggets that I want to leave for your audience, is figure out what's unique, what's different, what's your unique selling proposition, what makes you different from everybody else, and capture that. Tell that story, because what's unique to you is going to also connect with other people that have that same interest.
True.
Lil Duval's a pilot.
True. Really?
He is. Lil Duval's a pilot. Or learning how to be a pilot. He'll drop video content of him flying to the Bahamas. I think he has a crib over in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
And that's a little short flight. And when we were having the conversations, you were telling me like how you be flying to Tampa and flying to Bahamas and stuff like that. I was like, yo, that's cool, that's different. So what makes you cool and different and unique? And that's kind of the first concept of building your personal brand. Get your headshots, get your branding photos, get your video and things like that. But understand what story you're telling, what makes you unique, and what's going to connect you with other people.
Yeah, man. You know what? That's important. I didn't even know Lil Duval. That's interesting that he's a pilot. But you know what? A lot of celebrities learn how to fly. Yeah. Because it helps them avoid going through commercial flights. So they can go back hop in a plane, and as long as it's within 5, 6, 700 nautical miles, they're good. And some of them have the little small personal jets that they can fly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's my plan. Working towards a small personal jet. But getting back on you, man. Getting back on you.
Sir.
So the content that you're putting out right now, you said that it's both strategic, is off the cuff, and you just see something that walking down the road or driving down the road, you say, oh man, I need to sit here and put that out there. Is it that organic, or is it that process you go through? You put it out there on YouTube or on Facebook, see what type of reaction you get to it, and then you build it around it. Or is it just something, like I said, just off the cuff? Oh man, this flew into my head. I just did this today, and I wanted to put this out so that you guys can see how I overcame this obstacle, came up with this solution because I had this problem,
See, I guess one of the things about being an artist is you get inspired by everything. So stuff on the street, something on the desk, something on the internet. I pull inspiration from everywhere. So as long as I have the blueprint in place, I understand how to apply that concept or that idea. So I could be inspired by a stop sign and want to take a picture of that, and it'll trigger another thought, and it'll trigger another thought, and it'll trigger another thought, and I'll find something that's completely different, So it's really just kind of looking for the opportunity and the inspiration in everyday life, and then being able to apply that to a system to where it makes sense. So I might post something on Instagram, and I'll get a concept or an idea for something completely different. So like I said, I've been on my audiobook vibe for the past few weeks, and I've listened to probably several books. That spun the idea of, well, let's start a book club. Well, let's provide an opportunity here in the studio so that people that are writing a book, that they can record their own audiobooks, because a lot of times it is local or people that write books and things like that, they don't know, or they don't see the option of doing these other things. So as a writer,
I guess I gotta stop you there.
Stop me, bro.
I gotta stop you right here, man, because I was. This is all universe. Now I don't know if you believe in all this stuff. Universe, law of attraction.
Yeah,
things coming into alignment because you put it out there.
Right.
We were just talking about the other day. I'm finishing up my book, and I have a ebook version. I have a paperback version. I was talking about, I want to do an audio version. And I asked Serena, I said, do you know anyone around here that I could go to that can show me how to do an audio version, so and record an audio version? And here we are. This is, if you stay to this point in the show, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to energy and vibration and putting out in the world. The universe has no other recourse but to align you with what you're actually putting out. And we're just talking about content. And in this conversation, what I was asking about, how to record an audiobook, I'm sitting next to the man and saying, we're going to provide a place where someone can come and record audio. That is just law of attraction.
And I'm getting chills just kind of thinking of goosebumps and all that, because what I realize, and you talk about mindset. Mindset is everything. People that look for the negativity in things are always going to find it.
Yes.
The yin and the yang, if you're looking for the positivity in things, guess what's going to happen?
You don't find it.
You're going to find it. So if you have a dream, if you have a mission, if you have a goal, if you have a passion, just follow those things and it's going to come.
Yep. I had to say this before. At one point in my life, I had a bad temper. I was always negative. And this is before I got into personal development or really even knew what it was all about. And I had to take a step back once I started getting into it. And I'm like, this is why I was bringing all this negative stuff into my life, because I was negative. I was exuding negativity. So of course I'm going to attract nothing but negativity. But when you switch that mindset and you start looking, you start being grateful for what you have and start living in the present day instead of thinking about the past, because this is the thing what people don't know. Our mind can't tell the difference between reality, dream, or imagination. We get the same reaction from our mind no matter what state that we're in. So that's why you can think about something that happened 10 years ago and get the same reaction and get the same chemical reaction and get upset over it because your mind does not know that it's not happening at the present moment. You're just thinking about it. It does not know. So you have to stop feeding that negativity because that thing only gets bigger. The more you feed it, it gets bigger. The badder, the worse the habits get. The more negative people you start to attract in your life. You need to recognize it, stop feeding it, and put more into the positive side of things. And I can say this right here, man. This is what alignment and law of attraction is all about. I just spoke about this less than 2 days ago. And now I'm sitting here talking to you about this. We're going to talk more about the audiobook a bit later.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's the key component, man, is if you have an idea, look for the opportunity, every opportunity. Look, no matter what, in any type of relationship, in any type of negativity that's going on in your life, anything that you might see that is going bad, look for the opportunity in it. And the reality is going to show up that the universe is going to give you what you're passionate about, what you really want to do.
All right. With that being said, we're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back, and we're going to the hangar. I need you guys that are on Facebook, make sure you like, start a watch party, and share. If you're on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe. Click the bell so you know when we upload our content. We'll be right back to Massive Action Mindset.
Yo, what's up guys, it's Kevin Lawson with KVLmedia. 2020 is going to be amazing. Click the link in the bio. We're going to have links for our YouTube channel, for our email list, and for our website. We have a lot of information that we're going to be providing, so check it out.
What up, world? It's your boy George Anthony, aka Big G Anthony, and I'm sitting here with my boy Kevin Lawson from KVLmedia. We are at the hangar. Like always, what we promised, Kevin is going to give you 3 actionable steps that you can start going out and becoming the photographer that you want to be. All right? So I'm going to hand it over to him, let him give you his three steps, and we'll sit here and wrap the show up from there.
So I'm thinking about my 3 steps. Let's see. I think one of the biggest things is mindset.
Okay.
Mindset. You have to really understand who you are and how bad you want it. How bad are you going to go after what you want to do, and change your mindset into one of positivity. Because understand that there's opportunity in everything. So really kind of focus and avoid the negativity. Focus on your mindset and understand what you're trying to do and how bad you actually want it. The next thing is to know your number. When you're starting a business, what is that bare minimum that you need to survive? A lot of people have this abstract number in their mind. Oh, I want to make $1 million. Oh, I want to make $100,000. What's that number that you need to survive, and where are you getting that number? And then you can kind of start reverse engineering how much you need to make per day,
Exactly.
per month, per project. And you can kind of start lining up those numbers. As a photographer, say you want to make X amount per year. How many photo shoots is it going to take to get to that number? How many photo shoots are you going to need to do per week to get to that weekly number? So understand your numbers, understand the analytics behind how you're going to be successful. And then third, what's a good third one? What's a good third one? We got mindset, we got the numbers. I think the third one is really understanding how you provide value.
Okay.
The key component of business is not what you're offering. It's not what your products or services are. It's how you provide value to your end consumer. The way to get is to give.
Yes.
And that's what allows people to not only refer you, but to be comfortable with what they're paying. And at that point, the number that you're charging doesn't matter because it's the value that you're providing. So understand and really truly take into account what value you're providing and really kind of switch your mind to giving back to the people that you're providing services for. Give value.
Well, let me repeat that for you, all right? I just want to reiterate it. Mindset, all right? Know where you're at. Know where you're going. Know what you're going to provide. 2, value. What value are you going to give your consumer? And 3,
know your numbers.
Know your numbers. Know your numbers. I want to add one more myself. At the end of the day, when it comes to any adventure that we go out on, when it comes to building your own company, starting your own business, working at the current profession that you're in, there's 5 little words that should apply to anything. More importantly, becoming an entrepreneur. And I heard this from Les Brown. And it's 5 simple words. The will to do it. That's all it is. You got to have the will to go out and do it. You got to have passion. You have to have perseverance. You have to understand that, you know what, this is my end goal is to create this. As long as you have that will to push through, everything else is going to fall into place. Will and belief. So give them your social media one more time, and then we'll go ahead on and wrap this up, man.
Definitely, man. You guys can follow me on all the different platforms: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're all under KVLmedia, and you can also search for me by my personal name, Kevin Lawson, and visit my website, kvlmedia.com. We have blogs and more information about our company and what we do. So.
All righty, brother. Again, I want to thank you for coming on the show, man.
I appreciate you having me.
It was great. I hope you guys found a lot of value from what Kevin put out on the show today. I just want to leave you with my information. You can follow me on Instagram at Big G Anthony III. You can follow me on YouTube at Massive Action Mindset and on Facebook at Big G Anthony. Hey guys, I want to leave you with these last 3 words. If you're tired of whatever situation that you're in, you got to change your mindset to change your situation. We'll see you next week. Peace.
All right. Yo, what's up guys? It's Kevin Lawson with KVLmedia. 2020 is going to be amazing. Click the link in the bio. We're going to have links for our YouTube channel, for our email list, and for our website. We have a lot of information that we're going to be providing, so check it out.
What up, world? It's your boy, George Anthony, aka Big G Anthony. Listen, I am so excited. Today is the launch of my book, The Bulletproof Mindset: Strategies for Developing a Resilient Mind. That's right, I'm an author, dog. Listen, you guys want to know the 4-step process, how I changed my rap to change my situation? Pre-order my book today. Go to bulletproof.bigganthony.com, bulletproof.bigganthony.com, and listen, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Big G Anthony the Third. That's Big G Anthony the Third, and on Facebook at Big G Anthony. You have to change your mindset to change your situation. And guys, remember, Massive Action Mindset is on UGT TV Network 5 every Wednesday at 7 p.m. You guys come out and watch me so you can change your situation. Until then, peace.
How you doing? My name is Carlos,
My name is Eddie.
and we're here at JP's Barbershop, located at 1800 South Dixie Highway, Lake Worth, Florida, 33460. If you want to come show us love, we'll be here waiting on you, ready to make you happy. You can contact me at 786-740-8171.
You can contact me at 561-248-4702. You can come by, anytime you guys want, and we'll get you ready.